Welcome here to the Canyon at Destiny USA. My name is Matt Park. I'm the play-by-play announcer for the Syracuse University football and basketball teams. We want to thank everybody for being here for what is really an exciting day for Syracuse athletics. Thanks so much for your sharing of it, and looks like we've drawn quite the crowd and quite the curiosity, and we thank everyone for taking time out of their day to take part in it here at Destiny USA. It's great to be part of this facility, which, as you know, has drawn so much attention lately for the dining and shopping and retail options, but it's so important for Syracuse athletics in general and the football program in particular to be exposed and to be in these environments throughout the community, here and beyond, wherever that may be throughout Orange Nation, if it's here, if it's downtown, if it's Buffalo, New York, and wherever our alums are throughout the world. So we thank all of you for being here, and we say hello to everybody who may be watching and getting today's news. We have multiple announcements that we have to make for you today, so we hope we can keep your attention, try to keep up, and at the end we'll recap it, we'll tell you what we told you, and wrap it up for you, but there's lots of excitement that we are ready to share. You know, we're also very fortunate with the power of the university, the way that it attracts people, the best and brightest in terms of undergraduate students from wherever they may be, and one of the great exciting things is for our alums that go off and do great things, that they come back, and there's no greater example than Floyd Little. Floyd is a true, meaningful connection from the past and the very best of the past, particularly in Syracuse football history, the legacy of 44, and a very meaningful living and breathing connection to our current and future student athletes. Floyd's door is open all the time, and the student athletes and recruits are well aware that they can build a connection with him, and they reap the benefits of that. So to get things started today, we'd like to welcome one of the all-time greats, the College and Pro Football Hall of Famer, number 44, Floyd Little.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you, and welcome, everybody. It's so good to see so many people out here, and it's just an honor to be back at Syracuse University, where it all started for me, and to be a part of the history. And I don't know, history means old, so I just want to say I'm a part of Syracuse University, and I welcome everybody from the future to be a part of that. But I want to just talk a little bit about our history. Our history at Syracuse University has been great, as you know. We've had 7 Pro Football Hall of Famers and 18 College Football Hall of Famers. So we've had a tremendous history, and we want to continue that, and we want to continue that with our new players and our new coaches. But one of the things that I've asked to be here to do is to introduce our new coach of a year, Coach Shafer. Now, I've watched Coach Shafer over the last year, and the last couple of years. He's responsible for our 3 bowl games that we've had. Probably you don't know that, but Shafer has been a real effective coach for us. I think we are honored to have a Coach Shafer as our coach, because I've watched what he's been able to do with our young people. He's assembled some of the best coaches that he can find that are not only coaches but teachers. And when I watch and listen to Coach, I learn. He has found that I'm able to be a little bit sensitive to some of the things he say in the locker rooms after the game, wins and losses. We have a coach now who has the vision, he has the understanding, he has a purpose, and he has the resolve to get Syracuse University football back where it belongs, and that's at the top of the heap. He did a great job this year in his first year, getting us to a bowl game that he won. Our team beat the 2 teams that beat us in our first 2 games. We lost to Penn State and Northwestern, and he beat the team that beat them in the final game of our season. But Coach Shafer is not only just a coach for me, he's a friend. He's a guy that I enjoy listening to. I watch how he motivates the kids. He's been in my office and Herm Fraser's office more than not. He's a part of us. Coach Shafer has really embraced our community. I think we need to embrace him as well as he's embraced us. I know as a player and as a person who's been a part of Syracuse University history and football that he is truly the coach that will get us where we need to be. I respect this guy. I love this coach. And it is my honor to say to you, we have a hell of a coach. Please welcome our coach for now and for always, Coach Scott Shafer.
How's everybody doing today? All right, we got some Syracuse fans out here. Let me start off by saying thanks to the band and the cheerleaders, because I think that's really the only reason everybody started walking over here. So that's a great thing. And let me also say thanks to Destiny. You know, for me, it's just great to get out into the community and come out to this. We got people up there, too. This is great, man. What's going on up there, huh? All right, that's what I want to be able to say in the Dome, too. Look up there and say, let's go. But just to be in Destiny is exciting for me because it's such a wonderful atmosphere here. It attracts all of us in the community. And, you know, being a small part of the community means a lot to me and this team. And, you know, I've always talked a lot about how we want to represent this program in a first-class fashion, but we also want to make sure it's your team. So for those of you that are out there, thanks for stopping by here this afternoon. We really have 3 orders of business that we'd like to talk about today. And, you know, the first one is our scheduling. 2015, we're going to play against LSU. LSU is going to come to the Dome, and I'm really excited about that. You know, life is short, and you only have so many opportunities to take on unbelievable challenges. And we talk to our kids about always stepping up to the plate and taking on challenges. And the opportunity to see an ACC school in Syracuse take on an SEC opponent in the Dome in 2015 is what it's all about. Life being short, bring it on. And that's the atmosphere we want to create around here. I want our community to feel excited about the fact that not only will we play the best of the best in our conference every couple years in the Dome, but we'll also invite some of the great teams around the country. LSU's storied tradition against Syracuse storied tradition is what it's all about. And I think when I look at that matchup, you know, even though it's a couple years away, I see the 2 conferences that have really been dominating. And, you know, the SEC always gets the upper hand, it seems. But let's not forget that it was an unbelievable season for Florida State in the ACC. Unbelievable season for Clemson. 2 BCS teams that went out there and really put the ACC above the SEC this year in our first year as a full conference. So I think we're off to a good start. And I think John Swafford with the ACC, our commissioner, has done a great job. So that was the first order of business. But what's more important than 2015 is the 2014 season and really finishing up 2013 going into 2014 with our recruiting. You guys all know that it's the players that make the plays. And it's the kids that are behind the face masks, and it's the kids that we're trying to recruit into our culture here at Syracuse that'll make the difference. And the one thing about targeting the core of our program, which is really the players and the future players, the recruits, is we want to be able to really market our brand, do a good job with branding Syracuse University and the football program. Outside my hallway is really from when we first started football at Syracuse all the way up into the present. And the thing I noticed the other day when I was walking down the hallway and looking at so many greats, including Floyd, was not only how the players changed, how the uniforms changed, the equipment changed, but just the way it looked in the generations. And you could look at a uniform that had 3/4 cut off and stripes right here. Maybe Bud's the only guy that remembers that. And then you look into what it's become each and every year. So I'm excited, and I think the bug's kind of out there, but I'm excited to kind of move forward with the second part of today's process, and that is to introduce to you the new look of our uniforms going into this season. We've had an opportunity to team up with really the world's greatest sporting industry and Nike came out to design these uniforms with us. And I'll talk more about that as we show you, but we have Matt Park that's going to help me with this here, and we'll get started right now showing you guys the new uniforms for the 2014 campaign.
All right, Shafe, you and I are not necessarily fashion plates, right? But
no, I'm not.
This one guy who's been in the program, I thought all along maybe this guy could be a model. So let's bring out the first look, folks. Here it is. You've heard the anticipation. You've felt it. Here's the new base home uniform that you'll see in the Carrier Dome, modeled by Charlie Loeb. Okay. I'll kind of give the play-by-play on it here a little bit, and we'll have Shafe fill in the things that really matter to the players and to the recruits. But what you'll notice from the top is that the orange now are going with the in vogue matte finish on the helmets that the players love. These are orange helmets, and you'll see more. But for the entire run of the Carrier Dome, Syracuse has worn orange helmets, blue jerseys. That will not change. You see blue pants. Orange pants are very much in the plans, in the workings. You'll see those at a later date. Shafe, tell them about some of the unique features. If you recall, and some of you in the media are aware of this, the players in the past couple of years have worked with Nike. This has been about a 1.5-year long project to give some input, and Shafe can tell you about the results of those talks.
Yeah, for sure. You know, when you look at the uniform, you see the orange, you see the blue, but really what it's about, there's meaning behind everything in this uniform. As Matt mentioned, Nike and our people have been working on this for over a 1.5 years. And I can remember when Dr. Gross and Renee Baumgartner came over and approached me with it, and I was excited, but I was also interested to see how Nike actually went about this process. So they came out, they sat with myself and some of our players, and they asked what the program was about. And we brainstormed and we told them what we thought it was about. We thought it was about community. We thought it was about tradition and taking the past and moving forward and representing the future. So when you look at this uniform, first and foremost, the thing you'll notice is the number 44, but you'll notice that there are stripes that go through this, and that's at a 44-degree angle. So there's thought behind that. If you look right here at the midline, the crest of the jersey, it looks like a military symbol, and it is. We want to give respect to those that have served for our country, not just Fort Drum, but also the 174th Fighter Wing here in town, and so many people that really put their lives on the line so we can go play football and look at new uniforms. So this little emblem is the 44 crisscrossed as if your arms were together like this, and it's a symbol for our military, a salute to our military people. The other thing that you'll note, yeah. The other thing that's included in the uniforms that you really can't see until you get up close is the design. There's panels. It's supposed to be the coolest uniform in the country as far as when you're playing in a game that gets really hot. The fabrics and whatnot, which I really don't know about, but Nike told me it was the best, so I believe them. It's the best. But the thing that also you have is in the back of the uniforms, depending on which uniform you look at, is a couple of our themes. And one of the things that the kids really believe in is that when people come to the Dome, our goal is to lock the gate and fight our butt off to win that game and put on a show for our community. So it says lock the gate in the back of this uniform. The other two uniforms have discipline, and it's an acronym for our program that our players know, and it just talks about the things that we want to be in our program. So it's quietly part of our uniform as well. We can mix and match the colors. We have home away, and I'd like to probably move on to showing the next one.
Yeah, one little twirl there, Charlie, and you'll see the numbering is in orange on the front and back, and you'll see the players' names on the back there in orange. This is the base home uniform, and it's important to remember, too, because it's catchy with the recruits. All of what you see today can be mixed and matched within reason for dozens and dozens of combinations. So next up would be the base road uniform. This is modeled for us today by Jerome Smith. This uniform has the clean white look. Take a twirl, Jerome. With the blue and orange incorporated, you can see the orange is designed to pop out at you. So orange is still very much part of the look. This has the orange block S on the side, and all the helmets, and maybe Charlie, you could turn yours around. You could turn yours around as well, Jerome, have the New York State decal. You look at the shape, the size, the sort of scale of the numbers, that is a tie-in to Gotham architecture that you see on campus, you see in New York City. It's cool with the kids, right? All of the superheroes that are out there, and Batman. If Batman had a uniform number, what would it look like on the back of his suit? Maybe something like this. And so Jerome's got that, and this has the discipline message in the back, Shafe.
That's correct. And again, I think Matt started to hit on it. When they came out, and we talked a lot about, our players talked a lot with the Nike people about the military. They really wanted the uniform to represent the military more than just that symbol. And their goal was to make it a stealth, combative type of uniform, and I think they really succeeded in doing so with both. And, you know, when I look at it, the mat and the panels that go through, those were the things that our recruits really like too, because I brought the recruits in this year. I said, turn your phone off, shut the door, and I'm going to show you something, because I thought that could help us, you know, get some better players. And I can't tell you how excited they were about the uniforms. I mean, they were so juiced up, and I got a lot of commitments right there and then. So I was happy that Nike let us do that too. And then I had a chance to show these guys. I showed Jerome, I think, maybe a month ago, was it? He came up through, and these guys, I think Jerome had second thoughts and was thinking about maybe coming back for another year. But we couldn't get that done. But anyway, so that's our base away uniform. And remember, we can mix and match too. You know, we can put the orange helmet on the white uniform. We can put the blue helmet on and that sort of thing, which
what blue helmet, Shafe?
I just screwed the whole thing up, so I apologize for that. Hey, I'm just a gym coach.
Jerome is hopefully headed off to the NFL here, and one thing that's important to remember is that Nike has had the NFL contract for the past couple of years. So what you see here that the Syracuse players are going to be wearing is a product of the research and development done by Nike, the best company in the world at figuring out these types of things. So these are used at the National Football League level. You're talking about what they call extreme hyper cool uniforms, the best fabrics. They're tougher to grab. They hug the padding better, and on and on and on, because Nike's in the business of doing this and making the best performance apparel possible. So you see that in play, and we hope that Jerome will get one in different colors in his professional career. Good luck, Jerome, and maybe you can step aside here for us. I'd point out as well that you see it in some cases. These come with a lot of the trimmings, the gloves, the jerseys, and those are big recruiting plays for the coaches. You'll see them up in mannequins around the football building and that type of thing. Now, in college football in this day and age, you're nobody if you don't have a third uniform. So we've got a bit of a wild card here. Shafe, why don't you bring them out?
Okay, come on out.
This is Cameron Lynch in the wild card uniform. It's Marquise Sproul in Cameron Lynch's jersey.
I just wish I had these three playing for me again this year, to be honest with you. The uniforms are nice, but, you know, it's the guys behind them that win games. And when they're motivated to wear these things, then it means a lot to me. So as you look at the uniforms, understand that there's mix and matches that can happen. There's also an orange pant to be announced down the road, or to be presented down the road, so we could go orange helmet, blue, orange pant. So we're going to continue to develop these things with Nike. But, you know, the most important thing to me are the players and the recruits, and it's gone over extremely well with them. How about you guys? You guys got anything to say about the uniforms? You love them? Here we go. Let me give you the mic. You guys are better than with me. Chuck.
I mean, sweet uniforms. I don't know what to say.
Well said.
Let's just win the ACC.
I'd have came back for another year. I don't know what Jerome talking about. Jerome.
If every player looked as good in a uniform as Marquise Sproul and hit like him, we'd be in pretty good shape. You know, what you see here in front of us, guys, the base home uniform, the base road uniform, and this wild card that can be used in the Dome, on the road, in New York, in a bowl game, etc. And orange will be a big factor as well. You'll see orange pants, orange jersey. Charlie has the orange helmet now. Those are all in play. You never know when you might be able to see it, and it's an item for the coaches to spring on the players maybe for big games, so you'll be seeing orange down the road. And, again, the unique kind of characteristics of it with the Nike research and thought they've put behind it. What's unique about Syracuse? We love 44. We heard from Floyd Little today, the 44-degree angle in all of the markings. So we thank our models. You guys just can kind of chill out there for a little bit. We appreciate it. We'll have some photo opportunities with the media over here. In fact, you guys can exit. Shafe has a little more news to share with everybody.
Thanks, fellas. Appreciate it. Okay, so we've knocked out 2 out of the 3. I hope you guys like the look of New York's college team, because I know they do, and I know the kids do, and it's really not about us anyway. It's about the kids. The third thing I wanted to talk about was really trying to zero in on where we're at as a program and target in on number 1, which is Villanova. We play Villanova this year in our home opener, and we're really excited about it. It's going to be a Friday game, the 29th of August. And, you know, I've been approached, since I've had the job here, I've been approached on a couple things really consistently with you guys in the community. And, you know, one of them is this hard-nosed approach that we really want to be, because I believe that's what this town's all about. And the other thing that I really like to talk about with our team, and the thing I was so proud of this past year with our players, was their resilience. And understanding that when we went through a tough time, and we had some injuries, coming off a loss, the resiliency was key. And we talk a lot about the next man up, the next man's opportunity to play, and how crucial that is to be a college football team this day and age. And as I look into the community, the thing I want to do is challenge our community to take that same approach. We tell our kids, who's the next man up? And I want to say to the community, who's the next fan up? Who's the next fan up in the community to take the charge? Not only to show up to Villanova, but to pull people with you. And with that being said, I got permission from my bosses to offer you guys up this deal. For that Villanova game on August 29th, for all of you that buy a ticket, we're going to match it. And I'm going to buy a ticket for someone else in your family to come to that game. So really a 2-for-1 deal for Villanova. And I really am sincere in telling you folks that I really want this to be your team. I want you guys to look back 10, 15, 20 years from now and say, when we took the program to the next level, we being the community that showed up, the community that backed this team to a degree it hadn't been in the past, or got it back to where it should be, and the kids playing their butt off for this group of people in this community, in our town in central New York. I want you guys to have great pride that you guys were a big part of this. Life's short. You only live once. Let's do something great. I mean, what the hell? We got nothing to lose, man. Let's make this thing great. And like we've talked in the past, when people come into Syracuse to see our football team play and they see our community and they come to Destiny and they walk through this area, they say, holy cow, Syracuse is a great place to live. And doggone, they have a kick-ass football program as well. And thanks so much for having us. I think I'm done here. I'll see if they have anything else. Did I miss anything, Joe?
I can pick you up there. Scott Shafer, ladies and gentlemen.